Talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. Books are a uniquely portable magic. Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. The trust of the innocent is the liar's most useful tool. Get busy living or get busy dying. Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration, the rest of us just get up and go to work. The most important things are the hardest to say, because words diminish them. We make up horrors to help us cope with the real ones. Sooner or later, everything old is new again. The scariest moment is always just before you start. I am the literary equivalent of a Big Mac and fries. I have seen the future and it is just like the present, only longer. The world has teeth and it could bite you with them anytime it wanted. The place where you made your stand never mattered. Only that you were there. And still on your feet. The mind can calculate, but the spirit yearns, and the heart knows what the heart knows. We all float down here. Everything's eventual. People want to know why I do this, why I write such gross stuff. I like to tell them I have the heart of a small boy. And I keep it in a jar on my desk. Reading a good long novel is in many ways like having a long and satisfying affair. Good books don't give up all their secrets at once. The easiest thing to do on earth is not write. We never know which lives we influence, or when or why. The world is a hungry place, a dangerous place. Watch your back, do what you have to do to survive. The most beautiful things are those that madness prompts and reason writes. Time takes it all, whether you want it to or not. The only true test of character is not how much we know how to do, but how we behave when we don't know what to do. The scariest thing about love is that you never know when it may be your last chance for it. Second, we let them do all the talking. Third and most important, we listen with real interest. Your memory is a monster, you forget, it doesn't. It simply files things away. It keeps things for you, or hides things from you, and summons them to your recall with a will of its own. You think you have a memory, but it has you. At the bottom, the emphasis is on what you owe other folks. At the top, the emphasis is on what they owe you. I have never been a rubbernecker. In fact, it makes me feel physically sick, as if someone put a belch in my brain. I think that we are all mentally ill. Those of us outside the asylums only hide it a little better, and maybe not all that much better after all. Life is a wheel, and it always comes back around to where it started. You can't deny laughter. When it comes, it plops down in your favorite chair and stays as long as it wants. I think part of being human is learning to roll with the punches, to deal with any kind of personal or professional disappointment that comes your way. You learn to cope and move on. It's funny how the colors of the real world only seem really real when you watch them on a screen. I knew from the time I was 9 or 10 that I was going to be a writer. I never considered any other option, never wanted any other career. Language does not always have to wear a tie and lace up shoes. The object of fiction isn't grammatical correctness, but to make the reader welcome and then tell a story. There is no harm in hoping for the best as long as you are prepared for the worst. I am, like any other human being, a mystery to myself. The most likely way for the world to be destroyed, most experts agree, is by accident. That's where we come in. we are computer professionals. We cause accidents. I have never been a participant in a great victory. None of us who served in Vietnam won anything. No one ever does live happily ever after, but we leave the children to find that out for themselves. If you don't have time to read, you don't have the time or the tools to write. Simple as that. Fiction is the truth inside the lie. All words are lies. They achieve their result, the truth, out of a lie. A little talent is a good thing to have if you want to be a writer. But the only real requirement is the ability to remember every scar. Sometimes human places create inhuman monsters. Terror is the feeling when you have just left the party and you know for a fact you have forgotten something essential. I am the literary equivalent of a Big Mac and fries. If you wrote something for which someone sent you a check, if you cashed the check and it didn't bounce, and if you then paid the light bill with the money, I consider you talented. In a good book room you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. When asked, how do you write? I invariably answer, one word at a time. I have the heart of a small child. It's in a jar on my desk. I don't believe in being serious about anything. I think life is too serious to be taken seriously. Books are a uniquely portable magic. People think that I must be a very strange person. This is not correct. I have the heart of a small boy. It is in a glass jar on my desk. I don't believe in anything. I'm just here for the violence. Writing is a lonely job. Having someone who believes in you makes a lot of difference. I have seen the future of horror. And its name is Clive Barker. We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us. I'm not a monster, I'm just ahead of the curve. I try to create sympathy for my characters, then turn the monsters loose. The book was safer than the real world anyway. I was born to catch dragons in their dens, and pick flowers, to tell tales, and laugh away the morning, to drift and dream like a lazy stream, and walk barefoot across sunshine days. Sooner or later, even the fastest runners have to stand and fight. Nightmares exist outside of logic, and there is little fun to be had in explanations. They are antithetical to the poetry of fear. If you are going to be a writer, the first essential is just to write. Do not wait for an idea. Start writing something and the ideas will come. You have to turn the faucet on before the water starts to flow. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. The good parts of a book may be only something a writer is lucky enough to overhear, or it may be the wreck of his whole damn life, and one is as good as the other. I'm not brave anymore, darling. I'm all broken. They have broken me.